Prince Andrew was photographed horse riding near Windsor Castle in the company of 2 aides. The Duke of York wore a blue jacket, gloves and a black and white helmet as he rode a horse. Andrew lives at the Royal Lodge, just a short drive away from the Queen's home in Berkshire, and in the past, he has often been spotted riding in the area. These recent photographs of the Duke come after Prince Andrew was seen leaving Balmoral Castle, where he has spent several weeks this summer, on September 30th. Andrew was pictured smiling and waving at well-wishers while behind the wheel. His trip back south of the border came after his legal team officially conceded the Duke has been served with a civil lawsuit brought against him in a federal court in New York by Virginia Giuffre, who was one of the accusers of billionaire sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Prince Andrew has until October 29 to respond to the lawsuit. The next hearing is scheduled for November 3. Ms. Giuffre claims to have been sexually assaulted by the prince when she was 17. In her lawsuit, she claims the Duke engaged in sexual acts with Ms. Giuffre without her consent. She alleges Prince Andrew knew how old she was at the time and that she was a sex trafficking victim. The Duke of York has consistently and strongly denied the allegations against him. Asked about Ms. Giuffre, Andrew said he had no recollection of meeting her. Asked about whether, as alleged by Ms. Giuffre, he had dined with her, danced at Tramp and had sex with her at her home in London Belgravia, Andrew also said, "I can absolutely categorically tell you it never happened." Prince Andrew's return to England in late September also gave him the chance to finally meet his granddaughter, the first child of Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mopelli-Mozzi. The happy couple welcomed their baby to the world on September 18 at the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. But they only publicly announced her name one day after Andrew left Balmoral, on October 1. Taking to Twitter, Beatrice said, "We are delighted to share that we have named our daughter Sienna Elizabeth Mopelli-Mozzi. This name pays tribute both to Edoardo's Italian roots and to the baby's relationship with the Queen." Beatrice and Edoardo did not share a picture of their daughter but published instead a sweet photograph, showing her footprints. In her brief statement, Beatrice also provided an update on how her family is adjusting to the baby's arrival and included Edoardo's 5-year-old son Christopher Wolfe, known as Wolfie. She said, "We are all doing well and Wolfie is the best big brother to Sienna." While Prince Andrew had to wait for several days before being able to meet Sienna, doting grandmother Sarah Ferguson reportedly travelled back from Balmoral one day before Beatrice gave birth. Another member of the York family, who will have likely met the newborn, is Princess Eugenie, who with Sienna's arrival became an aunt. Hours after Buckingham Palace announced to the public the birth of the royal baby, the youngest daughter of Sarah and Andrew took to Twitter to pen a message to Sienna. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's recent visit to New York failed to grab attention in the United States, as a royal expert notes that only one American outlet provided coverage of their trip. Russell Myers questions whether they are as adored in the US as previously thought after their trip was largely ignored by the vast majority of news outlets. The couple spent 3 days in the city where they conducted a number of official engagements. Royal expert Russell Myers told the podcast Pod Save the Queen, "I was really interested in what traction this got in the States, and the only thing I've seen that was banding around Twitter was the New York Post taking a swipe at them for rolling up in town in a load of gas-guzzling vehicles, big old security detail. I don't think it did get a lot of traction in the United States. I'm not too sure, obviously there is an audience for them and we are covering it. I don't know necessarily whether they are as adored in the United States as we were first thinking. Certainly, they do have potentially a lot more supporters in the States than here. In the UK, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have seen their popularity diminish after their decision to step down from the royal family. According to YouGov, they are currently ranked as the 13th and 14th most popular members of the monarchy, with an approval rating of only 32%. The couple's trip to New York marked their first official joint outing since stepping down as senior working royals, and Meghan's first public engagement since giving birth to their daughter Lilibet Diana. The two arrived from California on September 22 and spent 3 days touring the city, culminating with their appearance at the Global Citizen live concert. Engagements included a visit to the One World Trade Center with New York's Mayor, Bill de Blasio, a meeting with the World Health Organization, and a visit to a primary school in Harlem. Following a visit with Linda Thomas Greenfield, the U.S. ambassador to the UN, she said that the couple had participated in discussions regarding vaccine equity and climate change. Speaking of their work in New York, Russell Myers continued, "It's a fairly valiant aspect of what they're talking about. They're talking about vaccine equality, climate change. These are real issues of our time that we should be talking about." The couple's final engagement saw them take to the stage at the Global Citizen live concert in Central Park, where they criticized the ultra-wealthy pharmaceutical companies for withholding their vaccine recipes. Don't miss Prince Harry and Meghan have previously done work to raise awareness of vaccine equity, with the Duke giving a speech during the Global Vax live concert in May and the couple fundraising for the Global Vaccine Alliance Fund for their son Archie's birthday. The Duke of Sussex is next expected to visit New York in November, where he will attend the inaugural Salute to Freedom Gala, which honors military personnel and veterans. The couple moved to the United States following their departure from the royal family in March 2020. The couple bought a home last summer in Montecito, California, where they currently reside with their 2 young children. Since stepping down as senior working royals, the couple have launched their non-profit foundation Archewell, as well as signed several deals with Netflix and Spotify, as they transition from members of the monarchy to public figures. Princess Beatrice and Edoardo Mopelli Mozzi welcomed their first baby together, a little girl, on September 18. But Beatrice and Edoardo waited almost a fortnight to announce their baby's name as Sienna Elizabeth Mopelli Mozzi. Beatrice and Edoardo's name choice of Sienna has beautiful links to Italy, where Edoardo's family is from. According to Babicenta, the meaning of the name Sienna stems from the Italian city of Siena, which gave its name to a reddish shade of brown. And the choice of a name beginning with S can be seen as a touching tribute to Beatrice's mother, Sarah Ferguson. Beatrice also decided to pay tribute to her grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, with Sienna's middle name. By giving her daughter the middle name of Elizabeth, Beatrice has followed a common royal tradition of recent decades. Many royal women hold the middle name of Elizabeth, including Princess Charlotte, Lady Louise Windsor, Zara Tindall, Princess Anne, Princess Beatrice, and Lena Tindall. Although Beatrice appeared to follow this royal tradition, her choice of baby name seems to deviate from a York family naming tradition. When Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, the Duke and Duchess of York, announced Princess Beatrice's baby name in 1988, many were surprised by their unusual choice. But the name Beatrice is actually a throwback to the Victorian era, as Queen Victoria's youngest daughter was named Princess Beatrice. The Duke and Duchess of York continued with Victorian-themed names with their second daughter, Princess Eugenie. Eugenie's first name draws comparisons to Queen Victoria's granddaughter, Victoria Eugenie of Battenberg. Princess Eugenie's middle names of Victoria and Helena are also very Victorian, with Victoria of course being the same name as the famous Queen Victoria. The middle name Helena also has sweet links to Queen Victoria's third daughter, Princess Helena. Princess Eugenie decided to carry on this York naming tradition when she welcomed her first child earlier this year.